Morning, guys. It's Corey from No Ceilings here, on my way to Madison Square Garden to see UConn take on the Illini. Should be an incredible matchup. At the train station right now. Take the train into the Garden, about an hour 15. A lot of great storylines today. Potential Braylon Mullins return, potential Terrace Reed return. A lot of interesting Illinois prospects. Going to take you through the journey throughout the day, show you what it's like behind the scenes as a scout for No Ceilings NBA. Next stop, coffee. All right, got my cold brew coffee from Dunkin'. I'm ready to kick this thing off, baby. Let's go.
Your step and face forward at all times.
All right, made it to New York City. Headed to the Garden to pick up my credential. I'm gonna get inside, watch guys warm up, get a close look at, what their shooting mechanics look like up close, how seriously they take the warm-up process, and then getting ready for game time. All right, in the Garden, picked up my credential, on my way to drop off my bag, and then we're gonna head down to the court to get a better look at guys warming up, do a little courtside analysis. I think we got the NBA Cup court still going on today, so gonna be excited. Let's get it. All right, guys, here at the Garden. All right, here at the Garden for shoot around. We got the Illini behind us. Exciting game, the Illini. A ton of prospects to watch today. We have Merkovich, we have Stojakovic, we have the Avicic bros. The guard play, really interesting. Wagler is a really interesting prospect. Really excited to see all of the dudes on this Illini team get after it tonight at the Garden. Let's check back in on the UConn side. All right, we got UConn warming up behind us. Braylon Mullins is stretching. He is dressed, so hopefully we get his debut tonight. Terrace Reed looks incredible. I'm interested in seeing solo ball. Eric Ryba, who's a guy that we got to see at the high school all-star circuit, Hoop Summit, McDonald's All-American Games, stuff like that. So intriguing group of prospects on both sides today. Maybe not, outside of Mullins, maybe not that high-level top 10 lottery potential guy, but a bunch of guys that are worth monitoring in the short and the long term here at MSG, live, in person. And didn't mean to intentionally slander him, because, if you're too tapped into the No Ceilings fan, you know my feelings, but don't want to forget Alex Caravan either. First half impressions, I've been really impressed by Colin Boswell. I was not a big fan in previous years, but he has really won me over this year. He's playing with great pace, he's super strong, long, has done a good job getting into the thing, making plays, finishing. He still has some ground bound, finishing, small guy issues amongst the trees, but shot looks good, love his pace, really like what I'm seeing from him. I like what I've seen from Merkovich, not knocking down his outside shots, but he's looked more mobile than you might give him credit for. He's strong, I liked his vision passing out of the post, hitting the weak side. Petrovic is a ton of fun, can't really score right now, and he's older, but man, he splits doubles, he hits the weak side, he's creative, ton of fun to watch. On the UConn side, we got to see Mullins for a couple of minutes, didn't really do much. Caravan is doing Alex Caravan things. Take that what you will. If you're a fan, you think it's great. If you don't think, if you're not a fan, it's a lot of the same. Solo ball has been terrific. Silas Demery has been awesome. I mean, the UConn guards are just carving up the drop from Avicic, from Tommy Avicic. So, I think UConn's got this one. It's store south for sure, but a lot of interesting stuff with the prospects. We need Stojakovic to start knocking out some shots. A lot of $1 million moves, 10-cent finishes from him, but ready for second half action. The prime rib, the Garden French dip. We finally made it. The prime rib is open for the game today, so we have got our French dip locked, loaded, in hand. We got the au jus, okay? We're gonna do a little food review for what we call food court here in this video. So it is pricey, okay? It's arena food though. And for arena food, I think it slaps. Luckily, when you're credentialed media, you do get a food voucher often. So we got a $25 food voucher. However, you leave a tip, you get a drink, and this thing's gonna run you normally with a tip about $35 with the drink. So keep that in mind. Now it's arena food, so don't expect perfection. We have French dip sandwich, the prime rib meat. We added mozzarella for $1. We added frizzled onions for $1. We got the au jus. Let's get after it.
It's like in the middle.
The meat is phenomenal. Medium rare. I mean, you rip right through it. Flavorful with that delicious au jus. Phenomenal stuff. The frizzled onions give it that little crunchy texture that you like. Now, the mozzarella cheese, classically on a French dip, is going to have a little bit more melt baked into the meat. They're just churning these things out because it's the only thing that they sell. So they're just churning them out. The mozzarella cheese is not going to be melted on the sandwich. So that does knock it a bit. Overall, for arena food, I'm giving it a 9.1 out of 10. If you were to get this French dip at a restaurant, we're talking probably more in the 8.3 range, something like that. So it's still really great, still enjoyable. It's a big sandwich. Doesn't come with any sides, so you're not getting fries or anything with it. That's gonna be, you're gonna have to go elsewhere for that. That's gonna be extra. But as far as arena food goes, phenomenal arena food, and I think it is the spot to go at Madison Square Garden. So we're gonna do more of these reviews throughout the course of the season with arena food from all different kinds of arenas. There's a lot of good spots at the Garden, but we're gonna be traveling around. And so food court reviews. This is episode 1 for the 25-26 season. The prime rib, the Garden French dip, killer sandwich. All right, guys, just leaving the Illinois UConn game. Had to stay back for a little bit. Meet up with some people from around the league, a couple of players. But incredible game, incredible environment. The UConn fans always show out. So it's a tough place to play if you are an opposing team and UConn is there. Tommy Avicic came alive late. I was killing him in the group chat. He must have had somebody relay that to him because he started killing. Again, I was really impressed by Colin Boswell all game. Thought he showed a lot of positives. Strong, lanky, got buckets. I thought he made some nice plays, but his handle looked a little sloppy at times. Really got under guys defensively, but I liked what I saw from him. Outside of that on the Illini, a lot of guys struggled. I was actually impressed by Zvonimir Avicic. He kind of lets the game come to him, doesn't really go out of his way to impact it necessarily playing with force, but he's just really big, man, and he does a much better job challenging guys around the rim than anybody else on that Illinois team because teams were killing his brother, whether at drop or at the rim for most of the game until he turned it on. Outside of the Avicic bros, Stojakovic, didn't really have a big game. Wagler didn't have a big game, but there's something there. He made this insane lefty kick out to the weak side corner that really, really impressed me. But ultimately, he feels like he's a bit away. Just needs to be more consistent. I think that comes with strength, but he's skilled for sure. Braylon Mullins, we got to see him score his first bucket on a little pump fake 2-dribble midi pull-up. Looked smooth, He just looked like he was happy to be back out there. Terrace Reed, another guy, just coming back from an injury. He's got a high ankle sprain. He only missed a couple of games, but he's still dealing with that. He looks great physically. Told me that he's 6'11" without shoes, so great measurements. He's strong as an ox. I think he's going to be great going forward as soon as he starts getting healthy. Alex Caraban played a really solid floor game. He does what he does. Guy hasn't really gotten, necessarily better. I still don't know if he's like a really good shooter or a great shooter. I think he's got to be a great shooter at the next level, but he had himself a game, and, Solo Ball was making shots. He had a couple wild misses, but he was making shots. All in all, man, incredible environment. Got to feel the UConn energy, the New York City energy. Always a blast scouting games in New York City. So appreciate you guys watching this video, coming along. We're going to be doing more of these throughout the draft cycle. Make sure that you like, subscribe, lock into No Ceilings NBA, YouTube, NoCeilingsNBA.com, the podcast, the Field to 68 Ground Floor podcast, the No Ceilings NBA podcast, Locked On NBA Draft with No Ceilings podcast, and all our socials. So No Ceilings NBA. We out here. We're everywhere. Peace.